Hello children, in the last session we have learned about capital letters, where we should use the capital letter, right? So today in this session we will learn about punctuation. What is that? Punctuation. Punctuation. Okay children? So, what is punctuation? It is very important when you write a sentence with the correct punctuation, or else the meaning would be changed. If you do not use the punctuation properly, then the meaning would be changed. The sentence meaning would be changed. Punctuation marks denote pauses in writing which help to avoid confusion in the meaning of a sentence. What is punctuation? Punctuation marks denote pauses in writing which help to avoid confusion in the meaning of a sentence. That means these punctuations will help us to by using them we will give a pause in the sentence in order to avoid the confusion. That means if you do not give the pause means break, a little small break, okay, by giving the punctuation. If you do not give the punctuation properly, the meaning of the sentence will be changed, as I told just now, okay. So then for example, if you write a sentence, I call him to bring medicine. I call him. I call him. What for you are calling? That means if you are using comma here. If you are using comma here, so that means you are waiting. You are about to say something about that incident. That means see here. After writing this sentence, we are keeping the full stop here. That is one of the punctuation. Okay, punctuation. Full stop. First one is full stop. Okay. So I call him. So you are giving a break here. That means a small little pause here. So I call him to bring medicine. That means you are telling that you call him to bring a medicine. That means if you keep a full stop here, that means that sentence gives the complete meaning. The sentence is ended here. That means nothing is there to tell more, right children? So what is the first one? Full stop. You are telling by keeping a full stop, that means the action is completed, nothing more is there to continue. Okay children, full stop tells us the longest pause it is used. Okay, full stop tells us the longest pause. That means you are telling about the sentence is completed. Then if you want to say the sentence is completed, then you have to keep a full stop here. That means if you are keeping a full stop, that you are telling the action is completed. Okay children, so where do we use these full stops? Okay, first one, at the end of an assertive and imperative sentence. Okay children, assertive and imperative. What is an assertive sentence? We have learnt in the previous sessions, right? Assertive sentence makes a statement, right children? We will use the full stop in the end of an assertive sentence or an imperative sentence. What is an imperative sentence? That means if we are telling about an advice, request or an order, then we can say this in imperative sentence, right? Assertive sentence means statement. See, for example, he is a nice boy. Okay, he is a nice boy. This is a statement. That means it is an assertive sentence. Okay. Next one. See, you are keeping the full stop here. That means you are using the assertive sentence. In the end of the assertive sentence, you are using the full stop. And if you write an imperative sentence, okay, help him. It is an order. Okay, help him. That means you are ordering somebody to help him, right? So you are using at the end of a imperative sentence. Okay, children. Next, where else you will use? After abbreviations and initials. We said no in the previous session we should use the capital letters when we are writing about abbreviations, right? See here, USA, for example, USA. See, between the letters you are using full stops for the abbreviations. Okay, and initials, that means Mr. and Mrs. Whenever if you see an wedding card or something, invitation card, then before the name, what would be there? Mr. and Mrs. Either Mr. if it is a male person, if it is for a male person, Mr. would be there. If it is a married female person, Mrs. would be there, right? See, when you are writing Mr. and Mrs., that means the initials, then you have to use this full stop. Okay, children? See, next, second one is comma. First one is full stop, second one is comma. See, where we will use this comma, we will go through this. Okay, the comma indicates the shortest pause. It is used, the comma indicates the shortest pause. Full stop is used for longest pause. That means at the end of a sentence. Where we will use this comma? We will use to give a shortest pause. That means in a sentence you might use two or more according to that sentence. Okay, children? See, to separate the words of the same parts of speech. That means, for example, he bought a pencil. He bought a pencil, a pen, and a book. Okay, see here, you are writing the nouns here, pencil, pen and book, all these are nouns. So to indicate the shortest pause, we will use to separate the nouns. That means to separate the nouns we will use comma. Okay, children? And where else you use the comma? To separate a phrase or description. That means phrase means group of words, right, children? See here, New York, the capital of the USA. Right, children? Is a big city. That means you are going to tell about New York. What else? You are describing how New York. What is New York? You are describing. So you are keeping the commas here. See here, New York, comma. That means you are describing New York. What it is? The capital of the USA. What is New York? The capital of the USA, comma, is a big city. That means you are describing New York. So you are using, when you are describing New York, so you are using the commas in the sentence. Okay, children? That means to separate a phrase or phrase of description. To separate a phrase of description. New York is a phrase. That means group of words. So you are describing it. And you are describing it. So you are using commas in between the words. Okay, children? Next one. To separate a noun in the to separate a phrase. Okay, children? See here. To separate a phrase. Third one. Dinner over. For example, dinner over. Okay. We left for home. What is this? To separate a phrase. All these are phrases only. Okay. So phrases means group of words or group of sentences, right? See here, group of words. Dinner over. It is a group. We left for home. It is a group. Okay. So to separate the phrases, you are using a comma. Okay, children. So to separate, where else you will use the comma? To separate words inserted in a sentence, or else to separate clauses. To separate clauses, you will use comma. If it rains, we go home. We go home. We have learned about phrases and clauses, right? To separate the phrases, to separate the clauses also, you can use comma. Okay, children? Next. To avoid repetition. To avoid repetition. Okay, children? In a sentence, if there are repetition words, to avoid the repetition, you can use the comma. I gave him a book and her a pen. So I gave him a book, I gave him a pen. You need not to say like that. So for that you have used the comma here. Okay, children? See here. Here one comma and her a pen. Here one comma. That means to avoid repetition. So the next one is semicolon. Semicolon. Okay, children? It is semicolon. This symbol is one dot will be there, under down the dot, one full stop will be there, under down the full stop, one comma will be there. So that is a semicolon. Okay, children? So the semicolon indicates a longer pause than a comma. A semicolon indicates a longer pause. That means we for the long pause we have used full stop. Okay, for the short pause we used comma. But a semicolon we use more little a longer pause than comma. If you want to use a long pause more than a comma, then you have to use semicolon. For example, our teacher was a simple person. Simple person. Our teacher was a simple person. Semicolon. But we were fond of him. But we were fond of him. Okay, children? So for semicolon, where we will use to give a longer pause more than a comma. Okay, children? For that you have to use semicolon. And where else you will use the semicolon? To separate sentences which are closely related. So to separate sentences which are closely related. For example, he is a great man, I love him. He is a noble man, I respect him. For example, one long sentence is there. One long sentence is there. I he is a great man. He is a great man, comma, I love him. He is a nobleman, I respect him. Okay. For example, these 4 sentences are interlinked. He is a nobleman. Nobleman, I respect him. He is a nobleman. I respect him. Okay, children. So, where else you are use the semicolon? To separate sentences which are closely related. That means these 2 sentences are closely related. So, then you have to use, if 2 sentences are closely related, then you have to use the semicolon. And one more thing, after the full stop, we can use the beginning letter as capital letter, right? But after the semicolon, you need not to put a capital letter. Okay, children? Don't forget this. Okay? Next comes colon. What comes next? Colon. What is a colon? The colon indicates a longer pause than the semicolon. First one, full stop is a long pause. Okay? For comma, you will use a short pause. Semicolon where we will use, if it is a longer pause, then comma. Then you have to use the semicolon. And colon where will you use, if it is a longer pause, then semicolon. Then you will use the colon. See, for example, my father said, see, my father, this is a colon. Okay, 2 dots will be there, that is a colon. No pains, no gains. No pains, comma, no gains. Okay, children? So, if any quotation is there, before that we have to use the quotation, means this one. Any quotation is there, before that we have to use the colon. Okay, okay, children? Next, to introduce a list. That means when you are going to a trip, suppose for example, if you are going to a trip, you have to make a list of things, right? Then you have to write, when you are writing about the list of things, then you have to put the colon. There are things we want for the picnic. Things for picnic. Okay? Things for picnic. See. So, you are making a list. So, for example, if you are making a list, then, for example, if it is a picnic, then you have to use this colon before making this ball. Okay? Second one, bat. Third one, something else. Fourth one, something else. That means you are preparing a list, right? You are preparing a list. So, before preparing a list, you have to use this colon. Okay, children? To introduce a list. Next, where else you will use this colon? To introduce an explanation or a statement. To introduce an explanation or a statement. Explanation means if there is a statement, when you are trying to explain the statement. Explanation, when you are giving some explanation about the statement. Statements means a simple sentence. What you said is a statement, right? So, when you are saying about a statement, That means when you are explaining something about a statement, then you will use this colon. This was all he said. This was all he said. That means he did not know anything. He did not know anything. He did not know anything is a statement. Okay, children? And you are trying to explain this statement. You are trying to give an explanation about this statement. So, then you will use this colon. Okay, children? Next one. Interrogative. Interrogation marks. Interrogation marks. That means question marks. Interrogation marks. That means question marks. If you want to get an information, so you will pose a question, right? Then to get the information, you will pose a question. Then you have to use this interrogation marks. Okay, okay, children. Suppose what is your name? What is your name? What you are doing here? You are asking what is the person's name, right? What is your name? That means you are taking an information about her name. So you are putting this interrogation marks. And next, exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. That means this one. Exclamation mark. You all know that, right, children? The exclamation is used after interjections and exclamatory sentences. We all know, we have learned in the previous sessions, exclamation marks, interjections, right? About expressions, sudden expression is a interjection, right? So, before writing the, after ending the interjections and exclamatory sentences, we will use this exclamation mark. O, A. These are all interjections. Okay, children? What fine weather we have today. What a fine weather. Or else, what a cute puppy. What a cute puppy. What a cute puppy it is. What a cute puppy it is. Then, in the end of the sentence, you have to use the exclamation mark. So children, till now we have learned about the punctuations. What are the punctuations? First one is full stop, second one is comma, third one is semicolon, fourth one is colon, fifth one is interrogation mark, and next one is exclamation mark. Okay, children? So these are the punctuation marks which we have till now in this session. So with this we come to wind up this session. We will see you in the next session. Okay, children? Bye.